Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to post a video carrying my cat around in a cat backpack, but I was gonna do it this weekend and then it rained literally all weekend. Like, I'm talking pouring, flooding, because I live in Southern California, and here when it rains we don't have the proper like drainage system, so everything just flooded and it was awful, and I was not gonna do that with him. I think it's already gonna be kind of like freaky for him to be out like that, but I didn't want to do that, make anything more stressful for him, I guess. So I was thinking about doing it today because it finally stopped raining, but I think I need help with that. Like, I don't think I can film everything and do it by myself, and then no one was available to help. So instead, I'm gonna do like a Q&A, get to know me, and obviously it's not gonna be questions that people ask because I don't have enough of a following yet. So I basically just found some questions on the internet that I think are good get to know me questions, and I have them all on my phone, so let's start. All right. So the first one is, what is your middle name? My middle name is Anne. I was named after my grandma, who is first name's Anne, and as well as my aunt, whose name's also Anne. Next one is my favorite subject in high school. So my favorite subject, I would say probably like science, but those are never like my favorite classes I took. I always thought science was interesting. I love science, except chemistry. I hated chemistry. But my favorite, I'm gonna go with class I ever took, which was film literature. So it was basically just analyzing movies and watching movies and getting to write about them and doing Socratic seminars and stuff like that. It was super fun. I learned a lot, completely changed the way I watch films, and gave me a whole new appreciation for all of that, because movies are some of my favorite things. I love movies. All right, next one is, have you participated in any sports? So when I was younger, like really young, I played soccer, and then I did basketball for 2 years, and I played volleyball for I think 2 years as well. And then a lot of people aren't gonna count this as a sport, but it 100% is a sport. I did marching band all throughout high school, so all 4 years I did marching band. It is extremely difficult for people who don't think it is. It is a lot of physical work. Like, for instance, we did the Rose Parade in 2015, and that is, for people who don't know, 7 miles long. So imagine having to play an instrument that's about 5 pounds and march 7 miles while not being able to breathe normally in a very hot, sweaty uniform. All right, so next one is, what is your favorite color? So my favorite color is probably red. I'm gonna say it's like two, like red and black. Those are my favorite colors. I love them together. I wear a lot of red and black. My favorite animal is a giraffe. I don't know why. I've just always loved giraffes. The next question is, have you been out of the country? So I know I just went to Puerto Rico, which I consider is technically out of the country, but it's actually a U.S. territory, so you don't need a passport or anything like that, so it's technically part of the U.S. But aside from that, when I was going into 8th grade that summer, my family went on a cruise, and we went to Canada. So I've been to Canada, and then between my junior and senior year of high school, we went to Mexico. So those are the 2 times I've been out of the country. The next one is, who are some of your favorite YouTubers? So at the moment, I've actually been watching a lot of Rachel Ballinger. If you don't know who that is, it's Colleen Ballinger, so Miranda Sings. It's her sister, and she's really funny. I love her. I've just been really binge watching a lot of her videos lately, as well as Shane Dawson. I love Shane Dawson, but who doesn't? Who else? I would say like Sam and Colby, even though they just got arrested, but they're back. TFIL. Who else? That's probably like right now. Exploring with Josh. I love his videos, the proper people. But as of right now, those are probably like my top favorites. Okay. What are your favorite TV shows? So probably my all-time favorite TV show would be Futurama, which I feel like is extremely underrated. A lot of people don't like it that much, but I swear, if you watch the whole show, it is amazing. Like, I sat down and actually watched it, like the whole thing, you know, paid attention for probably like the first time I watched it, and then it kind of became like my show to put on when I was like doing other stuff. So like in total, I've probably watched the whole thing like 5 times, which that sounds absolutely crazy. I was really sad when they took it off Netflix. Another one of my favorite shows would be Ghost Adventures. I love that show. I will sit down on Hulu and just watch it for way too long. I know a lot of people think that's like faked, and I think it's definitely dramatized, and I think there is some stuff that they fake for TV, but I just think it's a really interesting show, and I think all the like the team is really like funny. It's just an entertaining show. I love that show. What else? Probably Doctor Who is one of my favorites, although I am not caught up at all. I have spent a lot of time watching that show. I love that show. Supernatural, again, I'm not caught up on it, but I love that show. The Office, I love The Office. I think it's hilarious, which I think a lot of people like The Office, but it's actually pretty funny because my dad, his whole family, he grew up in Scranton, Pennsylvania, where The Office is set. So there's a lot of like little jokes and like certainly little humor that's in there that's very Scranton specific. So like if you didn't know Scranton, it's just kind of like, oh, it like goes over your head, but like it's super funny because growing up we went there every summer of my life. So yeah, those are probably like my favorite TV shows. All right, so next one, what phone do you have? All right, so I have the Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus. I'm not an iPhone person. I think I had an iPhone for less than a year before I went back to a Samsung. I can't stand them. They suck. Don't at me in the comments. All right, how tall are you? I'm about 5'4"-ish. I'm not really sure exactly how tall I am. I haven't measured myself in a long time, but I know I'm around 5'4". Who is your favorite musician? So I don't know if I have like a favorite musician, just like one person, but my favorite band is a band called Alkaline Trio. I'm obsessed with them. I've seen them like 6 times live. Just know every word to every one of their songs. This is actually a guitar pick that the lead singer threw off stage, and I caught it and made it into a necklace. So that is my favorite band, I guess. Next one is, do you speak any other languages? So I don't count this at all. I took 1 semester of Spanish in college, and I barely remember any of it except like very minimal like conversation, like, hi, my name is, like, how are you? How to like describe someone, but I don't count that. But I do count that I know American Sign Language. So I took 3 years of that in high school, and I loved it. I picked it up really quick. I used to go to a lot of deaf events and stuff like that and just like talk to deaf people, well, sign to deaf people. So I consider that another language I speak, which isn't really speaking. But yeah, so I love American Sign Language. Next one is, what is your zodiac sign? So my zodiac sign is Sagittarius. So I was born December 20th. So actually I think the cutoff is the 21st. So barely a Sagittarius. Next one is, do you have any tattoos? And yes, I do have 2 tattoos. I'm sorry, Mom, I plan on getting more. But right now I only have, they're not really visible. This one, which is a T-Rex skull. Yeah, and I got that I really love T-Rexes. I love dinosaurs a lot ever since I was a kid. Jurassic Park is one of my favorite movies. So it kind of just seemed like, I don't know, I just wanted it. But that was my first tattoo, so that was 2 years ago that I got that, which is kind of crazy. And then my other tattoo, is on my back right here. Can't really zoom the camera in for that one. But it's actually lyrics from my favorite band, Alkaline Trio, and their logo. So the lyrics say, those trusty chords could pull me through. And I got that because, well, it's my favorite band, and like, since I was in like 7th grade, I actually wanted this tattoo. And it just like, for me, like, I love music. As I said, like, I was in band. I was in band total of 7 years, I think. And yeah, it just, like, whenever I have a hard time with anything, I turn to music. Like, that is my therapy, that's my everything. So just getting like the lyrics, those trusty chords could pull me through, was something I really wanted, and then also to pay homage to my favorite band. All right. So the next question is, what kind of car do you drive? So this actually isn't something I've talked about on social media or my channel or anything before. Is that I actually love cars. I grew up with my dad. Well, my dad was in the car industry. He had his own business involving cars and stuff. So I grew up going to car shows and everything like that. And I just love cars. So I drive a 2012 Volkswagen GTI. It is my baby. I love it. Yeah. What else? Yeah, it actually, something that's kind of interesting is that my dream car is a Volkswagen bus, like an old one. Like I want a 1978 Westfalia. And pretty much those are only stick. Like that's it. Like there's a few automatics, but so when I was, I think, 14, my parents actually bought a car for my older sister, and it ended up being stick just because that was what was cheap. And they bought it, and then my sister basically freaked out and didn't want to learn how to drive it. But I was like, Dad, like my dream car is stick. I gotta learn how to drive it. So yeah, we started practicing, and then that car became my car. I took my test in it, like driver's license test, everything. So like a huge thing for me is driving a manual transmission. I think it's a lot of fun. Like it's just way better. And I actually am buying a new exhaust, like probably the Borla catback exhaust for my car. So I want to make a video when I do buy it and install it, which if you guys are interested, let me know, because it's something that I'm interested in, so I think it'd be fun. But yeah, it's a little bit more about me on that aspect. All right, the next one is kind of related. It says, do you sing in the car? And yes, I do. And like not just like normal singing, like I really get into it. Like I will sit there and headbang in my car, and then, you know, kind of just casually look over and there'll be someone staring at me, and I'm just like, hi, sorry. Yeah, I get really into it. All right, and then the last question I have for today is, are you a dog or a cat person? So I know a lot of people very much feel strongly one way or the other. I don't really think I'm either. I have a dog and a cat, but I love animals like more than people. But yeah, so I grew up and I always had a dog. I always wanted a cat when I was younger, but my mom doesn't really like cats, so I never ended up, well, not never, but all through growing up, I never got a cat. And then recently, within the last year, we met, we were outside Petco, and they had the like adoption agency for cats. I don't know. And we saw my cat Arizona, and we just kind of fell in love with him. And then, yeah, so that's how we got my cat, and I could not be happier. But he is my baby, like, cause my dog, like growing up, like all like the dogs I had, I would say like two. We had two dogs when I was really little, but I don't really remember them. And then we had one from when I was in like first grade until I think my senior year of high school is when she died. But so we had that dog, but that was more of like, you know, my dad's dog. And then we got my dog Hazel, which you guys saw in the last video. But even that, she's more of like my mom's dog, because my mom works from home, so she spends the most time with Hazel. So it's more of my mom's dog, whereas my cat is like my cat. Like I'm the one who takes care of him, and he sleeps in my room. Like he follows me all around the house. He's always just like creepily looking at me. Like I'll be like on the couch watching TV, and then I turn around and he's just like staring at me. So yeah, I don't think I'm either, but yeah, like I'm not either. Like I love dogs and cats. Like I always want both. Like I would never just strictly have cats or only a dog. Like I want a dog and a cat. Yeah, so I know this video is probably kind of rambly, and I don't know if it was super entertaining, but I thought I would do just like a get to know me, because I haven't really done anything like that on my channel, except like the first video I kind of just gave really super basic information, so I thought it'd be good to kind of do more. But yes, I will definitely try to get the cat backpack video up next Wednesday. So I do hope that works out. But I'm pretty sure my cat might hate me for it. But so like one of the things, like it has inside the cat backpack, there's a like a leash, like it's attached to the bag so they can't jump out. So I had to buy him like a little harness. And me being the weirdo that I am, I bought him one that looked like a denim vest, and then I couldn't resist, so I decorated it as like a punk vest. Like I put like the little like studs on it, Rancid, Nirvana, Slayer. But yeah, I just thought that'd be too cute. I could not pass that opportunity up. But yeah, so I will see you guys next week. I hope you have an awesome rest of your day. Bye!